channel. So today I have created this gorgeous smoked out lilac purple eye look. Very glowy skin, glossy lip of course. I especially love the blue in my waterline, and we have also thrown in a bit of a hair tutorial with the hair look. So yeah, keep watching to see how I created this look. Thanks! Okay, so I've just washed my hair and then I am now going to take it out. There you go. It's not too wet, it's nice and damp. I'm just going to go ahead, take my tangle teaser. I find this the best to use. Get all them straggly knots out. I just like to go in with my L'Oreal Paris Evelyn Dream Length Snow Cut Hair Cream, which is this one. I've absolutely been loving this, especially during quarantine. So I just take a little dollop on my hand like that, and then I just run this through the ends of my hair. Next, I'm just going to take my Tresemme Keratin Smooth Heat Protectant Spray before I dry my hair, and then I'm just going to spritz this all through my hair. Now I've just split my hair into a centre parting. Ignore these awkward bits. I'm currently growing out a fringe, which is taking a while, but I thought now's the best time to be doing it, especially like in quarantine. No one really cares. So yeah, I'm just gonna dry my roots and then dry the ends, and I'll come back once that's done. So now my hair is dry, I'm just going to go ahead and take my hair in to 3 sections. We'll start off with the bottom. So what I normally do is I normally go just above my ears and bring it all the way back. And we're just going to take that bottom section and then I just tie the other sections up pretty roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect. Into a little bun. Now we're just going to start curling. I use the Babyliss curler, this one, and I have it on the highest setting. Taking my hair in sections, just sort of taking them in, not thick, but a decent sized section. I'm just going to go ahead and take my curler and just start wrapping it backwards. These aren't going to be really neat curls, just quite messy. What I also like to do is I like to go one time facing back, then the next facing forward, just so it alternates, so they don't look so perfect, if that makes sense. Done the first layer. This side's still cooling down a little bit, but what I then like to do is just sort of brush my fingers through them a little bit, separate them up, and then just give them a bit of a spray of hairspray. This is the Silver Crin, the Weller hairspray, that one. This is the Firm Hold one. So just give that a bit of a spritz, and then just repeat the process with another section. So I'm just going to go ahead I am just going to pin up half of it and sort of like a half up, half down sort of do. And then taking a thin hair bobble, I'm just going to tie that up. What I like to do is to get rid of this, I just grab some bobby pins and I'm just going to grip. And this is the final hair look. It's just simple half up, half down with some messy bouncy curls. And yeah, so now let's move on to the face makeup. Okay, starting off with the makeup. I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Hydrogenius. I'm going to take 2 pumps of that on the back of my hand, and we are just going to dot this around the face and rub this in. Next we're going back in with our pear soap, and I'm taking my Garnier Soothing Glow Mist. I'm just going to go in and spritz soap and then taking a spoolie, brush that in. And then we're just going to go in and start brushing the brows. Next I'm taking my Professional, this is by Benefit, and I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of that on my finger, like that. I'm going to pop some on my nose, just on my edges of my cheeks, chin, my blemishes, and then also on my forehead. I love working primers and moisturisers into the skin with your fingers a lot more than using a brush. I just find it works a lot better, and especially with the heat of your hands, it just melts the product into the skin. Next I'm going to go in with my iconic illuminating drops. These are in the shade Blush, and I am just going to taking a Zoeva brush. This is the 102 Silk Finish, and I'm just going to buff next. I'm just taking my P. Louise base, and this is in Rumor 2. I'm just going to take some of that on the back of my hand, and then taking that with the Molly O'Brien Jim Bob brush, which is just a flat brush. I'm just going to go ahead and carve out the brows. And then taking a fluffy brush, this is the Molly O'Brien Tory brush. I'm just going to go ahead and buff out the edges, just so that we have no harsh lines. Okay, so now that's all been blended out, I'm just going to take the 322 Brow Line Zoeva brush, and taking my Be Perfect Carnival XL Pro palette, I'm going to take the shade Intuition, which is this shade here, and I'm just going to lightly pop that on my brush and flick this through my brows. Okay, so now the base and the brows are done, I'm just going to go ahead and take my P. Louise basic base, and this is from the winter collection, and it is the shade Vivid Violet. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pop that on the back of my hand. Now I'm just going to take that shade on a unbranded fluffy brush, just any sort of fluffy brush, and I'm just going to pack this all over my lid. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, which is the Morphe M573, which is this one, and I'm just going to buff the edges. And then go back in with that product. So I'm now going to go in with my James Charles Morphe palette. I'm going to use this shade here, which is the shade Single. Taking that on a small fluffy brush, ever so slightly, I'm just going to pop that in my outer corner. I'm just going to start buffing that in. Taking a Molly O'Brien nap brush, I'm just going to use that to really work that product together. We're just going to keep that process going until we've got a nice bit of depth in that outer corner. I'm now going to go ahead and take the shade Pink Me, which is this one here. That shade's sort of like a shimmery silver. I'm going to go ahead and take that on a flat brush. This is a Morphe B83, and I'm just going to go ahead and pat that onto the inner eye. And we're just going to bring that right to about the middle. And going in with them darker shades again, we're just going to pack them against each other to create that nice ombre. Next, I'm going to take the shade Touch of Frost from one of the P. Louise winter bases. I'm going to pop this a little bit on the back of my hand, not a lot. Taking a flat brush, I'm using the Molly O'Brien Millie brush, and I'm just going to pop this in my waterline. I'm taking a small flat brush. This is the Morphe M213 brush. I'm just going to take that purple shade Single from the Morphe X James Charles palette, that one there. And I'm just going to lightly brush this underneath that blue shade that we just popped in. I'm going in with the shade Pink Me again from the Be Perfect XL Pro palette. I'm just going to pop that right in that inner corner, and also down the bottom on the inner corner. Now we're going to repeat the same process on the other eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now both eyes are done. I'm just going to go ahead and take my Maybelline New York felt tip liner, and I'm just going to draw a line across the top. We don't want to flick this out, we just want to create that line so when we pop the lashes on, it sits seamlessly. I'm also just going to brush this into my waterline with my lashes. Doing this just makes sure that little line between the lashes stops showing through any bit of skin. Now that's done, I'm just going to go ahead and curl my lashes. I'm just going to go ahead and pop some lashes on, and the lashes I'm going to use are the Doll lashes by Doll Beauty. These are in the style The Lord Lash. Absolutely love these, I think they're really nice and fluffy. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop those on with some duo glue, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so now that the eyes are done, I've also gone ahead and popped some lower lash mascara on as well. We are now going to go into the base makeup. So for foundation, I'm using the Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. So I'm just going to pop some of that on the back of my hand. And then taking a flat brush, this is the Morphe S3. I'm just going to go ahead Beauty Silk Finish brush, I'm just gonna start buffing that product into the skin. This foundation is very lightweight, but it can be built up. Also bring that product down the neck so we have no harsh lines. Next I'm going to take the Naked Correcting Concealer. I'm just going to pop this underneath my eye. Taking a fluffy brush, this is the Molly O'Brien Tory brush. I'm going to buff this in. So now that the base is on, I'm just going to go ahead and take my RCMA No Colour Powder and I'm just going to pop this across my face. Now that powder's done, I'm just going to go ahead and take my NYX matte bronzer, which is this one, and this is in the shade Medium. I'm just going to take this on my Real Techniques contour brush and stick that into the hollows of my cheekbones. I also like to pop it underneath my lip, along my nose. To buff that out, I'm just using a Molly O'Brien Lily brush. For blusher, I'm now going to use the NARS Orgasm. As you can tell, it is very well loved. And I'm going to pop this on with a Zoeva Luxe Powder Finish brush. This is in number 132, this one. I'm just going to pop that onto the apples of my cheeks. For highlighter, I'm going to go ahead and take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette. And I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Pink Heart, which is this one down here. I'm just going to pop this on my brush. This is the Molly O'Brien Layla brush. And I'm just going to pop that onto the high points of my cheekbones. Also going to pop it on my Cupid's bow, tip of the nose and on the bridge of the nose. I do also like to go in with a fluffy brush, that same one, which is the Molly O'Brien Lily brush, and just buff that out slightly. I'm also going to take the same highlighter on a Morphe M508 brush, which is this small defined one, and I'm just going to go and pop this on my brow bone. Now for lips, I'm going to take one of my mini liquid lipsticks from my set from Kat Von D. Thank you, Kimberly, for my Christmas present. I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Bow and Arrow, which is this one here. It's a nice nude colour. And to first line my lips, I'm going to go in with my MAC lip liner in Spice. This one. So I'm just going to go ahead and outline my lips. Now taking the liquid lipstick, I'm just going to go over the top of that. To create a glossy finish look on my lips, I'm going to go ahead and take my Fenty Beauty lip gloss in Diamond Milk. I'm going to pop this on the back of my hand this time and use a Morphe M204 flat brush, and then just pat this onto the lips. For the finishing touch, I'm just going to go in with my NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. And there you have it. This is the final look. Very iridescent on the eyes, and I love that blue on my waterline, especially because it makes my brown eyes pop. And yeah, that is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this one, and stay tuned for the next. Thank you.